Welcome back to J.Hunto's Garage. Today we're going to install a Catchcan on my Chevy Silverado, as well as show you the Predator 2 tuner software thingy.
Look out!
According to my Haynes manual, section 6, number 17, that's the location of the PCV valve right on the back right side of the driver's side cylinder head. That's right back there. So here's our PCV hose. This has got a sticker on it that tells you which side goes to the intake. And you literally push in these little gray clips, for the lack of a better term, on each one of these, and they come right off. That is your PCV valve. That would be a pretty good sized socket to get that out of there. And you see how all of this brown gunk is on there? That's what's going down in your engine, collecting on your intake valves. And the goal of this is to keep this from building up on your intake valves, which is pretty disgusting, actually. I'll try and throw some pictures in of that. And going to put this Catchcan in that catches a lot of that. And what we're going to do is cut into here. We're going to remove this little insulating hose. We're going to cut into the hose in here and then splice in our Catchcan plumbing. So here's our Catchcan we're going to be installing. Here's our hoses, and this is our hose that we've got to splice into. Basically, we're going to cut this, splice a tube here which goes up to this Catchcan, another tube here which also goes to the Catchcan. And one thing you got to make sure with your Catchcan, if you're going to do this, is that your Catchcan cannot be vented. See, like this has got a vented cap and it has a hole in here. I have filled that hole with RTV, so it is no longer a vented can, because that'll screw up your air-fuel ratios. You don't need that. You just need it to catch the gunk. And with this hose that comes with this particular one, I'm sure you'd be able to see that building up in there, no problem. Don't ask me why it's got a gauge on it, but that might be good for vacuum, if you want to monitor what your vacuum is. And it would be good to have one with a drain, which this does not have. So every time I empty this, I'm going to have to take these 4 bolts out and dump all that goop into a drip pan of some sort. This one does come with a gauge, so it'll let you know how full it's getting. So that's handy. We'll see if that actually works. So for this, whoops, let's put this back in. Although this does nothing, it's probably just going to trap moisture, but I'll put it in there for the purposes of today. Here we go. So what I'm going to do is, and I encourage you to keep something handy to cut with. I'm going to cut this insulation off. We're not going to need that. The sticker I kind of like that that's there. I may try and save that and attach it down there somewhere. And this tubing that's on this particular truck is a like a heat shrink or expanding tube. I don't know what you call it, but they use it often in fuel injection, and you'll heat up the ends of it to get it to expand a little bit. There we go. That's removed. Now I'm just going to, I might be able to heat this up and get these off of here and then just go right to there. That would be ideal. Let me get my heat gun. Okay, here's my Wagner heat gun. Works excellent, actually. see if we can heat this up gradually and get it to let go. Not yet. More heat. Yeah, I see the rubber is definitely melting a little bit. She's warm, but she's coming. There we go. That's what you need right there, and that will fit on there perfectly. So that works. All right, it's the first time I've ever done that, and that worked out well. Let's see if we can do the same thing with this guy. When you're doing this, make sure you're not heating up things that you don't mean to heat up, that are beyond your part. Okay, that looks good and toasty. Maybe too toasty on the, there we go, we're turning anyway, we're turning. Come on, baby, let go. I could have cut this just as well and got it to come off. Matter of fact, that's what I'm gonna do if this doesn't come out. There we go, got it off, and we saved the tube. Sweet. This is gonna be easier than I thought. So literally, now I need hose clamps, one hose clamp there. Ouch. Watch out. Parts are hot.
Look out!
A screwdriver. Okay, I like that these fittings are barbed. That's helpful. And still hot. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot these with a little bit of WD-40 just to help the process along. This is a good snug fit, actually. There we go, she's on. I like these clips you get from the manufacturer, OEM clips that are just compression fit versus typical hose clamps that you have to tighten. Okay, perfect. Now, I'm gonna see if I've got another hose clamp for this side. See if we can, heat gun's hot. This is still hot. WD. This guy on. Okay, she's on. Let's see what we got for clampage. Okay, in my stash I only have one, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that here, and I'm gonna leave this one off because this goes on there just fine. It's actually switch that around. I'm gonna go ahead and put one on here because this does not hold very well. So I'm gonna have to clamp that one on tight. Phillips. Okay, we'll put this one on. This is my vehicle, so if this was somebody else's vehicle, I would make sure I put the right clamps on. And all of them even. Another issue is going to be mounting this thing somewhere. They do give you a mounting kit. Got this off of eBay years ago. So this is what they give you for a mounting system. One straight angle bracket and one bracket that's bent just a little bit back here. So that's what I'm going with, and that should be fine to hold it. I'll just mount this somewhere in the engine compartment. Let's go check that out. So this looks like the most obvious place to put this. I could sit right there, I could see it. It's a little bit high. It'll hit the, yeah, I might be able to put it here. If I could get it here, that would be all right. Otherwise, where would I put this? Off to the side somewhere? So go like this. That also go like this. And then this will go here. Still too high. Let me see. Okay, so this is what we got. I went ahead and relocated the clamp to above the sight tube right there, just under the gauge. And if the gauge is a problem, just take the gauge off and plug the hole. I might do that, but this is going to be the best way to mount this in this configuration. I'm thinking that the cap is going to clear just fine. If it doesn't, actually, yeah, that's where I want to mount it, is right there. So I will drill one hole through there and one bolt will hold this just fine, and I'll see if I can get one that's self-locking. Otherwise I'm going to use a lock washer. So I'll drill a hole in that mounting bracket. Actually, scratch that. I'm going to take that bolt out and I'm going to use that hole, and I'm going to have to take off the, if I'm going to mount it there, yeah, if I'm going to mount it there, I'm going to have to take off the gauge on the backside. Due to unforeseen weather conditions, operations have been moved indoors. Okay, back on the bench with this guy. I do have another clamp that I'll go ahead and put on here. Whew. Mother Nature's angry today. Don't mind the rain though. Okay, I got my trusty 7mm socket, which is not the right one. Okay, I have my trusty 6mm socket, driver. Pop that off. Slide that down actually. Put this one on here. Tighten her up. So the goal of what I'm doing right now is getting this port plugged off where the gauge is, and if I can't do that, then I've got to leave the gauge on, which is Really, I have no idea why it's even on there. And it's in the way. It makes this thing way bigger than it needs to be. Okay, so those are on tight. Goal is to not have vacuum leaks with these when you're done. So tight, tight, tight. And this one is a compression type clamp from an OEM application most likely. Now this fits in there just fine, but we need something to plug it off. And really, actually, that might be okay because that doesn't go out as far as this does. Although it might be a pain. Man, I'd just like to lop that right off right there and seal it off. Maybe I'll do that. For any fittings like this that need to go in here, you need to use pipe thread tape. I'd sure like to keep that, but don't need it. Ideally, I just want something to screw in there and seal that right off like that. Just going through there at all. Nope. Threads aren't good. So I have a stash of odds and ends, and I got rid of most of it when I moved from Texas. Unfortunately. You know, we could seal this up with our good old buddy JB Weld. Okay, so we got our bracket. Need to seal this off. All right, I'm gonna cut this off with the, man, I hate to waste this, but that would be a good plug. And if I use JB Weld, it's gonna have to set up for ever and a day. Okay, change to the change. I think I have something figured out that's going to be okay. Maybe not ideal, but okay. Which will also involve reinstalling the gauge, so I don't have to mess with that. I won't be able to see it, at least from the driver's side, but I won't have a vacuum leak either. All my hoses are clamped on tight. Let's go to the engine compartment. So here's the new plan. I've got this conveniently placed ground cable there. I have an extra bracket that came with the Catchcan. So what I'm going to do is mount this guy right there and then mount the Catchcan to it. I think if I do it that way, then it'll even be lower. I can actually leave that bolt on there. This is a new truck and I don't want to drill holes in it yet. New to me truck that I take very good care of, so don't judge me. That should be okay right there. So I got it mounted this way so I can see this bolt if it ever starts getting loose or whatever, I can get to it. These are going to be another story. That's for sure. So I guess every once in a while, check to make sure that something hasn't fallen off like that. right, let's get this guy going. Click. Okay, she's on there pretty good. Let's see if I can get the this other nut back here a little tighter. Want to make sure that doesn't rattle on the brake booster. Then we want to put this here. Let's go. Yeah. This one goes there. This one can go here. All right, we're installed. Okay, not to worry, she's on. She's on, all good. This can give you a little bit of wiggle room. Now keep an eye on this. If it starts loosening up, I'll tighten it up, and if I have to, I'll remount it somewhere or put some Loctite on those bolts if necessary. Let's see how she does. Okay, at least no check engine light on startup. Very good. If anything comes up with it, I'll let you know. Now let's talk Diablo Sport Predator 2. This is a tuner. I mean, it couldn't be any easier. That I bought. Comes from Holley. It's a brand of Power Tech, but I wonder if Holley owns them, because I was literally getting emails about the delivery and the purchase from Holley. Yeah, definitely. Holley Performance Products. Website sales Diablo Sport. There you go. So there's something. This thing was about as easy as you could do. You have to get on your laptop computer or desktop, whatever you got, and download the update agent 1.0 tool, whatever. It gives you very specific directions, even if you have a Mac, and it's just as user friendly as possible. So you get your product updates, because you want the most current update, of course, and then you connect it to your PC. You literally just download it, then plug it into your OBD2 port, and then you just follow the prompts on it. Here it is. So this is the home screen. You press OK, turn the ignition on. Yeah, you know what? Let me turn the engine off. Okay, so it's on. Sorry about that. All right, so the ignition is on. Turn the ignition on, do not press OK. Now you can pick if you want fuel economy or power with this guy. And in the quick tune section, it tells you exactly what to do. Step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, step 6, just right on down the road. And you can pick, select tuning. Diablo Tune, Diablo Tow, 87 Performance or 87 Economy. That's the octane gas. I went with 87 Performance for my truck. I went with 87 Performance for my truck. Now the Performance tune, designed for maximum engine transmission performance. I did that. I like that. And also, there is a custom tune. Let me see. Advanced tuning. Okay, so same thing. Pick what you want. Do you want to customize options? Select and adjust the customized. All right, so I went with AFM/DOD. You can turn it on or off. So I turned that off, left the tire size the same, everything. Hit continue, install Diablo tune file, and yes, installing engine. Okay. I thought it was already installed, but all right. And then turn off ignition. Press OK when complete. Diablo tuning is now installed. Press OK to continue. And that's it. It's pretty good. You can adjust your shift points as well as your spark advance set. It's pretty versatile. Your gear ratio, if you change it, so you'll need that. Now, you can also return your vehicle to stock, and they recommend you do this if you're taking it in to the dealer for service, because they may overwrite it and it'll cause problems, or they may not see what they want to see, and they'll tell you got problems you don't have. Whatever, set it back to stock if you're gonna sell it, or if you're going to take it in for service at the dealer. Reason being, this is good for one tune on one vehicle. So if you want to change it, you have to set the vehicle back to stock, and then you can use this on another vehicle. Pretty proprietary that way. You can also read your trouble codes, your diagnostic trouble codes, which is a very good feature. You can clear them. You can do data logging. You can view your gauges. I don't do any of that. I have another scan tool for that. And then retrieve it. Very good. Yeah, so this is plug and play, ready to go. Very, very user friendly, step by step. They have troubleshooting. They got questions and answers. I highly recommend this. If it's applicable, pick up one of these. You definitely, if you got a GM truck that's got active fuel management, I recommend turning that off, because you can get clickety clack. Once your engine starts doing that, it's major repairs, major, and it's all from the lifters that are part of this system, that are actually the system. So to recap, a Catchcan can help save your engine by reducing or catching the amount of yuckies coming from the PCV system, which is like evaporated oil that's getting sucked into the engine. It's blow by. So consider that on any vehicle. That can help prolong things. And also, if you've got active fuel management and you want to turn it off, get one of these. And if you need more power or need more economy, consider these. So that's it, folks. That's the installation of a Catchcan for a gasoline direct injected engine. It's pretty simple. There's probably some specific vehicle kits. This is like a universal kit that you can put basically on everything. It's the same principle. Just put it in line between your PCV valve and your intake manifold. That's it. It just splices right into whatever, unless you got something like some kind of weird vehicle that's got the PCV system in the valve cover. I think there's some Volkswagens like that. I've heard stories where your valve, if your PCV valve goes bad, you have to replace your entire valve cover. That's not a vehicle I would buy. And come on, people. PCV valves have been around since '66, I would say, when they replaced the road draft tube. So I wouldn't own a vehicle you couldn't do this on, honestly. But I will tell you that this truck, which is a 2014 Chevy Silverado, has 142,491 miles on it. It feels like it's missing when it's idling. Like right now, it's idling at a little over 1,000 RPMs. It feels like it's missing, but it's not. It's running just fine. Some of that may be from buildup on the intake valves from the exhaust gas recirculation system. So, or yeah, that too, or the PCV for sure. Yeah, exhaust gas recirculation, I don't think they've got a catch cam for that. Anyway, both of them will gunk up your valves. Anyway, periodic maintenance is a good thing, and the fix, if you start having trouble with the buildup on the back of the valves, is to have somebody remove the intake manifold to get to the valves. You know, you got to be able to see them and clean them off mechanically. I haven't seen any chemicals that'll do it yet, but I think possibly seafoam might help, but eventually you're gonna have to have somebody get in there and get all that stuff, like walnut shells blasting or something. There's shoot, by the time you're watching this video, it might be lasers doing that from your exhaust pipe. Anyway, thanks for watching, and don't be afraid to install a catch can, but do your homework first. It's not supposed to say something funny. Let's do it again.
Ladies and gentlemen, well, you know what, more accurately, mom and gentlemen, welcome to...
No. Hi everybody, this is John with J.Hunto's Garage. Try again. Welcome back to J.Hunto's Garage. Today, it's very windy. Try it again. Hi, welcome back to J.Hunto's Garage. Today we're going to do the PCV valve. Let's do it again. Welcome back to J.Hunto's Garage, coming to you from the engine bay on a 2014 Chevy Silverado. More than that, of my... Let's do that again. Hi everybody, welcome to J.Hunto's Garage. Let's do it again. Hi everybody, welcome to J.Hunto's Garage. Today we're going to be doing the catch can. What kind of catch can is it? It's supposed to say something funny. Hi everybody, welcome to J.Hunto's Garage. Today we're going to do a catch can install on my 2014 Chevy Silverado. It goes in between the PCV valve and the intake manifold. Stay tuned.